What's up guys? In this video, you're going to learn how to create a profitable Google Ads step by step. Essentially, it's going to be a free Google Ad course series and each video will build upon each other. So subscribe to the channel, get all the videos in the series and let's get started. Step 1, you'll need a Google account, and if you already have a Gmail account, you're good to go. If you don't, please create a Gmail account. Then head to Google search and type in Google Ads coupon voucher. You want to click on an ad or a search result that has a coupon voucher promotion. This promotion is only available to new Google Ads accounts, and once you spend $100 in advertising, Google will credit your account with an additional $100. Type in your Gmail account that you'll be using to create your Google Ads account, and you should receive an email like this. I'll show you how to apply this promo code later in the video. Then head over to ads.google.com and click on New Google Ads Account. This will bring you to the screen with the heading, What's your main advertising goal? Right underneath this, where it asks you, are you a professional marketer? Click on Switch to Expert Mode. Okay, we're going to take a slight detour here because I want to take a moment to help you plan out your Google Ads campaign. These are the building blocks I wish I paid attention to before running Google Ads. So stick with me for just a little bit because the next whiteboard sessions will help you plan out your Google Ads, save time, maximize your profits, and ensure that you don't lose money. And don't worry, the entire step-by-step tutorial where you see everything on the screen will be right after this. I promise. Okay, Google Ads is organized into 5 main layers. At the very top, the first layer is your account. The second layer is campaigns. Third is ad groups, so I've just called it AG. And then within your ad groups holds your keywords, ads, and landing pages. Those are the 5 layers that you need to know. And at the very top, the account level, the main things that you need to remember is your account ID. So your account ID is really important when you need to contact Google support. They will ask you for your account ID number. Then the next thing is payment method. So obviously you add your payment details in here before you can actually run ads. The third is currency. So it's really important to set your currency in whichever country you're located in. So you're in the US, it's US dollars, Canada, Canadian dollars, okay, and time zone. You set your time zone so that when you're looking at your Google Ads report, it's reported in your time zone and you know when your ads were clicked on. The tip here is to make sure you select your correct time zone and currency that you would like to pay for ad costs during the account creation process, because once you set your currency and time zone, you cannot change it. The second level is campaigns. At the campaign level, the main things to set is your campaign goals. There's 3 main goals. It's sales, leads, and website visits. Those are the 3 that I focus on, and that's really all you need. I'll go through that in the tutorial. The campaign type is the Google Search Network. Location. So you can set locations on your country, state, region, or cities. And then you also set your language. For me, it would be English or whichever language you would like to target. The budget is important because your daily budget is set at the campaign level. And just remember that. And it's a daily budget of $10, $20. And last is the bidding strategy. The bidding strategy is organized into 2 buckets. You've got automated bidding strategies as well as manual bidding strategies, and we'll cover that later in the video. For campaign level tips, remember that your daily budget is set at the campaign level. This means the more ad groups you have in your campaign, Google will have to spread your budget between the number of ad groups you have. If this is your first campaign, don't worry too much about crunching the numbers yet. Simply decide on a monthly advertising budget that you're willing to spend and divide it by 30 days. You can always go back and change it. For example, I usually start at $10 per day and then adjust my daily budget over the days and weeks. The third level is ad groups. So your ad groups hold your keywords, ads, and landing pages. Now, when you're structuring your ad group and naming them, think of structuring them in terms of keyword themes. An example of this is, let's say you sell dresses and you want to create a campaign for floral dresses. Then the ad groups, it's keyword thematic, and you would create an ad group 1 called floral dresses, ad group 2 midi floral dresses, ad group 3 flower dresses. So these are keyword theme ad groups. If you were an e-commerce store and you sell bikes, you could structure your ad groups based on the different types of bikes, like mountain bikes, utility bikes, trek bikes. But you can also go another level down and structure your ad groups based on your winning product category. So let's say your winning product category is mountain bikes. You could have ad group 1, brand name 1 of that mountain bike, brand name 2 for ad group 2 of a mountain bike, or you can create specific ad group based on models if there's a lot of keyword search volume for that particular model. How you structure your ad group will vary depending on your business. If you have an e-commerce store with multiple product variants, you could be creating hundreds of ad groups compared to a local business. I recommend structuring your ad groups based on keyword themes as we explained on the whiteboard, or creating specific keyword product lines or keyword services your business would like to promote. And since each ad group will hold your keywords, the keywords you should select should be relevant to that specific ad group. An example here is, let's say you have the ad group called Marlin Bikes, and one of the keywords would be Marlin Bikes. Another keyword will be Trek Marlin. So the key here is selecting keywords part of that keyword theme. Now, there's a few keyword tools out there, but if it's your first campaign, just use a Google Keyword Planner before you invest in paid tools. You'll find the Keyword Planner under Tools and Settings, Planning and Keyword Planner. Click on Discover New Keyword, and under Start with Keywords, enter in the keyword for that ad group. Let's use the example from the whiteboard and enter in Marlin Bikes, and then hit Get Results. You've got a few options here in terms of structuring your ad group. You could create an ad group called Marlin Bikes and enter the keyword Marlin Bikes for that specific ad group. However, it only has 170 monthly search volumes, and that may not be enough for one ad group. If we look further, there are keyword IDs of Trek Marlin 5 up to 6 and 7. Each one of these keyword IDs has some decent monthly search volumes. So for example, Trek Marlin 5 could be its own keyword theme ad group because it has monthly search volumes of 5,400. Now, before we go and create an ad group for that, we want to validate that there are indeed keyword variations of this keyword theme. And we do that by going back to the search box, entering Trek Marlin 5, get results. And as we dig deeper, we can see that Marlin 5 has keywords based on the year from 2017 to 2020. Each one of these years has okay search volume, which you can group together into one ad group called Trek Marlin 5. So this means that you'll create an ad group called Trek Marlin 5 and add in the following keywords here. And before you go and add these 5 keywords into this ad group, you would copy and paste each one of these keywords, enter them in Google to make sure that the search intent behind each one of these keywords are the same before you start grouping them as keywords. Now, if you're stuck on ideas, there's a free keyword research tool called Uber Suggest. It's from Neil Patel. It's a really good tool that you can use to find keyword ideas for PPC and SEO. Now, when you're adding keywords, there's a thing called keyword match types, and keyword match types help control which searches trigger your ads. So there's 4 main keyword match types. For broad match, your ad will match close variants of that keyword, including synonyms, misspellings, and additional keyword. For example, if you bid on the keyword dresses, your ads will be shown for searches like dress tips and formal dresses. It's a very broad keyword match type, and I don't really use this keyword match type unless I have a really large budget and would like to expand my audience reach. So whilst you may receive a lot of traffic, it's less targeted traffic. For broad match modifiers, it's denoted with a plus sign behind a keyword, and your ads will show for searches that include any words that are marked with that plus sign. It includes the close variations and additional words in that search. For example, if you bid on the keyword plus blue plus dresses, your ads will show up for searches like blue dress designs and blue dresses online. For phrase match, it is denoted in quotes. All words must be in that search order and can include other words before or after that phrase. For example, if you bid on the keyword floral dresses here, then your ads will show up for searches like short floral dresses and floral dresses for sale. Exact match is denoted in brackets, and in 2018, Google has made changes to the way exact match keyword works. With exact matches, your ads are now shown to people who are searching for that exact keyword, including close variations, plurals, and synonyms that have the same meaning. For example, if you bid on exact match floral dress, your ads will show up for searches like floral dresses and flower dress. So exact match isn't really exact anymore. Here are some keyword tips. I recommend no more than 5 to 10 keywords per ad group for a new campaign. You can always go back and add more keywords. All the keywords in each ad group should be closely related to that specific keyword theme. I personally just start with a handful of keywords, usually less than 5, and when choosing keyword match types, I recommend you start with exact and phrase match first. The last step is creating your ads. Okay, and there are 2 types of ads, expanded text ads as well as responsive search ads. We're going to focus on expanded text ads because that's all you really need to get started with Google Ads. Here's the anatomy of an expanded text ad, and I want you to start brainstorming what type of ad copy as we go through this. So your final URL is your landing page URL, okay? This is the page that people will arrive to once they click on your ad. And I highly recommend using a relevant landing page on your website or creating a dedicated landing page for your specific ad. And with a dedicated landing page, it could be a simple page with a scaled down version of your menu navigation. It's not a page that points to your home page. You want that landing page to be as relevant to your ad as possible. And that landing page should ask for one specific call to action. That call to action could be submit your name and email to receive this free report, or submit your name and email to receive 30% off, or shop now and receive 30% off today only. So your final URL is your landing page. You also have 3 headlines. So I've abbreviated to headline 1, 2, and 3. And for headlines, you only have 30 characters. Each one of these headlines only give you 30 characters. My recommendation for headline 1 is your target keyword and a hook. So you have your keyword with a reason why they should click on your ad. Headline 2 would be a unique selling proposition, as in what makes your product, your ad, stand out from the rest of the competitors. And headline 3, I usually put the brand name of the business in headline 3 simply because it doesn't always appear on desktop devices. For display path, that's not your landing page URL. Sometimes your landing page URL could be really long, and what Google allows you to do is to place keywords inside the display path to give people an idea of what this page is about. So don't confuse that with the final URL. And last, you've got 2 descriptions. Within your descriptions, you have up to 90 characters. So within description, you want to have description 1, which is benefit 1, description 2, benefit 2, with a call to action. And that's the anatomy of an expanded text ad. Your final URL, which is your landing page, 3 headlines with a 30 character limit, display path, which ideally you put your main keywords here, and 2 descriptions with 90 characters. And I recommend putting a benefit statement with a call to action in the description area of your ad copy. Here are some ad tips. Create ads that are relevant to your keywords in that specific ad group. Next is build a dedicated landing page or point your ad to a relevant page on your website that matches your ad offer. For example, if someone is looking to buy red roses and they see your ad for red roses, then they shouldn't wind up on a generic all flowers page. Now, there is a free landing page builder where you can build your own custom pages at amyvo.com/freelander. You get to build 3 sales funnel, including landing pages for life. And I personally use this software to build my own Google landing pages as well as sales funnels. This is my affiliate link. And if you decide to upgrade for additional features, I do earn a small affiliate commission, and that will go towards this channel in creating more videos like this. Alright, you now have a framework of how to plan your Google Ads campaign. Let's hop onto the computer and put this all into action. For this tutorial, we're going to be creating an ad for a lead magnet of a free meal plan and eventually sell a cookbook. I got this idea from watching one of my favorite health YouTube bloggers. His name is Greg Doucette, also known as Coach Greg. He is super loud and super funny, but he also gives really good, solid advice when it comes to health and exercise. He also sells a cookbook called The Ultimate Anabolic Cookbook, which is focused on high-protein recipes to build muscle. Now, Greg isn't a client of mine at all, but if I were to create a Google ad for him, I would create a landing page that gives away a sample meal plan, which may include some recipes from the cookbook, and ask people to opt in. Again, this is only a mock landing page for demonstration purposes. Okay, once you click switch to expert mode, you're in the new campaign creation process. Over here under campaign goals, you want to select a goal that is relevant to your business. If you sell products or have an e-commerce store, you would select sales. If you're focusing on lead generation and collecting emails, select leads. You can select website traffic, but I usually select either sales or leads because I want conversion tracking in place to measure my results. There are a few ways to set up Google Ads conversion. To keep this video simple, I'll create a separate video later on. So subscribe to the channel and check out that video. And if you haven't decided on a goal yet, just select website traffic because you can always go back to your campaign settings and change that goal. You also have other options like product and brand consideration, brand awareness and reach, app promotion if you're promoting an app, or creating a campaign without a goals guidance. Personally, for me, if I was spending money to drive traffic, I would either want to generate leads or sales. Since we're collecting emails, it will be leads. Under campaign type, we're advertising in the search network, and ways to reach your goals, that's website visit. So just enter in your domain here. It doesn't need to be your landing page URL. You just need to provide Google with a domain. With tracking your leads as website conversions, this will be a separate video because I'm going to show you how to set up Google Ads conversion tracking via Google Tag Manager. So we're going to skip this for now and then come back and add conversion tracking later. Click continue. For campaign name, I usually put a naming convention in place and it looks like this. And this just makes it easier for me to search later on when I want to analyze my ads. So you've got meal plan, which means it's the product or service name that you're promoting. We're advertising on the search network and we're targeting the United States and Canada. Under networks, you would leave include Google search partners ticked and then untick display network. Under show more settings, this is where you can schedule your ads to run at a later date. So if you click on that, click on the drop down arrow and then you can select a future date. So let's say we have it running on the 2nd of August. End date, just leave as is because you can always go back and pause your campaign. For dynamic search ad settings, you don't need to touch this, but I'll explain it anyway. This is for very large and developed websites. So think of websites like hotel booking and airline booking website. They have thousands and thousands of pages where the page content dynamically updates. In this case, if you have a very large website, you can use dynamic search ad settings. And what Google does is Google goes and pulls information from your web pages, including the title and description, and then it creates ads on your behalf. I don't like using this because I like control over my keywords and my ads. So we'll skip that Under targeting and audiences for location, it will default to your own location. Now, if you wanted to target another location, click on enter another location and then just start typing in your location or your country that you like to target. So we'll enter in United States and then click target. If you wanted to enter in multiple locations, you click on advanced search and then click add locations and enter in one location per line. So we'll enter in Canada and United Kingdom and then click on search. Now you can enter in each one of these locations manually by clicking target, or you can click on target all. Let's say that you change your mind and you don't want to target United Kingdom, just go to this X here and cross it out. If that all looks good, then click on save and your targeted locations will appear here. Now in terms of locations, I usually set one location per campaign. If it's in Australia, then it's a campaign for Australia, and then I'll have a separate campaign for the United States. Once you get your data back, let's say that you're noticing one state is converting better than the other, you can separate that state or city into its own campaign and duplicate the campaign with the same ads and the same keywords. For location options, you want to select it to the second one, and that means it's people in or regularly in your targeted location. For example, if you're a local business, you have a restaurant in New York, you don't want to show your ads to someone like me who is searching for pizza restaurant in New York, for example, because you're going to waste ad spend, and you only want to show your ads to people in that specific location. So the second option is the way to go. For languages, just click on that and it will drop down all the languages that you can target. For example, if you're targeting Spanish as a language, then your ad text and your keyword must be in Spanish as well. For audiences, you can target people based on their demographic, their interests, and your own remarketing tag, which is capturing your audiences who visit pages on your own website. If you go to browse, you can see here you can target based on demographics. So we click on that. You can target people based on their parental status, their marital status, education, and home ownership. For your first campaign, you don't really need to target demographics. Only later on when you want to drill deeper, you can go in and target certain demographics. For now, the ones that you want to look at is affinity and custom affinity, as well as in-market audiences. And affinity and custom affinity basically are specific topics and interests or even hobbies that people have a strong interest in. So if you click on that, what we're looking for is people interested in health and exercise. So if we scroll down, you can click on the drop down arrow and you can see that I can target people who are interested in health and fitness. And if you hover over it, it will say people with a strong interest in health and fitness who tend to exercise regularly. So that sounds relevant to my campaign and I'm going to click on that. Now I can go back. And then in market are people who are researching and they're planning to purchase a specific product. So you've got different categories here. Scroll down and we're looking for sports and fitness. Go really narrow here and then select people who are interested in purchasing fitness products and services, outdoor equipment or sporting goods. They would be relevant to this specific campaign. And then go back. And if you have your remarketing ads in place and created audiences, your audiences would appear here. So since this is a fresh new campaign and we haven't installed the remarketing tag, the audiences that you have from your remarketing tag won't appear here. And for audience targeting for this campaign, you don't want to set it to targeting. You want to set it to observation. If you select targeting, it will narrow your reach on your campaign and only show your ads to people within this specific audience. So you want to set it to observation. And what observation means is that it doesn't narrow the reach on your campaign and you can monitor these specific audiences to see which one of these audiences gets clicks on and then you can bid on it. So we'll go down to budget and bidding. Now, this is your daily budget. So just get your monthly advertising spend, let's say $300, and then divide it by 30, and you've got a $10 daily budget. Okay, to bidding. You'll want to leave it at clicks and then go here, select a bid strategy directly, not recommended. So even though Google doesn't recommend this, we want to set it to manual CPC so that we can monitor our average cost per click as well as our budget. So clicking down here, you've got automated bidding strategies as well as manual bidding strategies. Since you don't have any Google Ads data, it's hard for Google to go and optimize this. In this instance, the only thing I really use here is maximize clicks. So that's if I have a lot of budget and I want to get as much clicks as possible to get data back, I will select maximize clicks. For maximize conversion, you will need to have your Google Ads conversion tracking in place. So once you get more than 15 conversions, you can switch it to maximize conversions. For now, set it to manual CPC. Click on show more settings, and for conversions, I'm going to link the Google Ads conversion tracking via Google Tag Manager in the description link after I create this video. And that will show you how to set everything up, and it will have the example of going back to this campaign and adding in the conversion tracking in here. So for now, we'll close out of that. For ad schedule, I'm going to leave it to all day. Now, let's say you have a restaurant that opens Mondays to Fridays from 12 to 9 p.m. only. You can set your days and your hours here. So you just go here, select your days, and then click here, select the times that you open. Over here, select the times that you close. And the reason being is that if you're open during specific hours, you may not want your ads to show during hours that you're not open, and this will reduce any ad spend. Under ad rotation, this is a personal preference. I always start off with do not optimize, rotate my ads indefinitely. The reason I do this is if I have more than 2 ads running in an ad group and I want Google to rotate these ads evenly to give these ads a fair chance of competing against each other, for now, I'm just going to set it to do not optimize, and then I'll change it in 2 weeks' time. In ad extensions, there's a lot of Google ad extensions you can use to take up more real estate space, and they look like this. So Instapage is using site link extensions, and they have a link to another page on their website with a description. You can have price extensions where you can nominate one of your products and have a price from $40 with certain styles and colors. For Virgin, they're using site link extensions with call out extensions. For your ad extensions though, you want to create extensions on the ad group level so that each set of extension is relevant to that ad group, not just at the campaign level. I'm going to create 4 site link extensions based on Greg's website. Now I do recommend putting at least 4 site link extensions, but you can create more. So you'll go down here and click on new site link extensions. I'm just going to copy and paste the ad copy I've already written out. The first site link extension is going to Greg's ebooks, which is the ebooks page on his website here. Second site link extension would be the diet and training coaching. And just to remember, guys, that there is a 35 character limit for description 1 and 2, which I do recommend you put something there. Okay, that's going to his all coaching. Site link extension 3, let's go to his apparel and merchandise. And we're pointing that to his merchandise page. And the 4th site link extension, let's put his bio in. And that will go to his about page. Okay, so now you've got 4 site link extensions to his ebooks, coaching, merchandise, and bio. And if people wanted to skip the meal plan and they wanted to know a bit about Greg before buying his cookbook or opting into his meal plan, then they can click on one of these links within the ad. Click on save. And then it appears over here that it's been selected. Okay, moving on, you've got call out extensions. So you would use call out extensions to spotlight specific offers in your ad like free shipping, discount, price, matching. Unlike site extensions, these aren't clickable, and you would just click on new call out extensions. For call extensions, if you are a local business or you have a toll-free number, you can highlight your phone number in your ad as well here. Now let's click on ad extensions. There's more ad extensions that you can create, so I'm going to quickly go through it. Structured snippets. These are various structured snippets that are available for different types of business. These highlight specific aspects of your products. For example, you can create structured snippets for hotels like featured hotels or service catalogs and car models. I highly recommend you check these out and create one that's relevant to your business. You've got app extensions. If you have an app, you can promote your app within your Google ad. Lead form extensions. You can collect leads within your Google ads, and they look like this. This would feed the lead back into Google Ads, in which you would connect your CRM to push the lead into your system. So essentially, you can collect leads right within your ad without someone having to click through to your website. So going back, you've got message extensions. You can set this up so that someone can text message you and receive this message by email or your phone. Promotion extensions. So this is great for e-commerce sites when you have a sale. You can add monetary or discount promotions. For example, you can say that you have a 30% off sale and add this promotion extension, which looks like this. Okay, so you can say 30% and have that within your ad. So you've got a bit of a tag here to represent that is a promotion. For price extensions, let's say you are a service-based business like a hairdresser or a car wash. You can have a price extension for style cuts from $35, set of oils from $80, and men's cuts from $35. So if you click on that, you can create a new price extensions and it shows you the different types of options here. Then for location extensions, this makes it easier for your visitors to know where you're located. So to enable location extensions, you must link your Google My Business account, which has a Google Maps icon with your address inside of your ad. Google Ad extensions could probably be a video in itself. So I'll create a video in this Google Ad series that will cover all these ad extensions in detail and how to set it up. So let's move on and click on continue. Next is ad group. So for ad group type, you leave it at standard. For ad group name, recall from the Google ad planning process, you want to think about your ad groups in terms of keyword themes. And for this campaign, I'm going to create 2 ad groups because if I created 10 ad groups, we'll be here forever. Ad group 1, I'll call it high protein meal plan. For the default bid, we're going to leave it blank for now as we'll use the Google Keyword Planner to find a suggested bid. Then we'll head down here and just delete all these keywords. Now there's 2 ways to find keywords. You can enter in your domain or your landing page URL here. Then Google will give you suggested relevant keywords. Or enter in a keyword, hit enter, and Google will give you keywords for this particular keyword. Now these keywords look relevant, but the problem is we don't have any volume or suggested bids for each one of these keywords. So what we do next is head over to the Google Keyword Planner, click on Discover New Keywords, enter in the main keyword, and then click on Get Results. Okay, there's a few keywords that look relevant here. We've got high protein meal plan, high protein diet plan, and high protein diet plan for muscle gain. These 3 keywords would be relevant to the ad group called high protein meal plan. You can see here that the average monthly search volume for high protein meal plan is 1900, and you got a top of page bid of $3.18 and a top of page bid low range of 65 cents. So what this means is it's showing the higher range of what advertisers are paying for this particular keyword to be at the top of the page. And this is the low range of what advertisers are paying to be at the top of page. I'm going to set my bids on the low range, and all I do is add 5 to 10 cents to the lowest range. So this is the lowest range out of the 3 keywords. We'll just grab that, 65 cents, and then go back here to the default bid and just enter in 75 cents. I'll add 10 cents more to it. Then I head back to the keyword planner and copy those 3 keywords, go back to the ad group and paste these 3 keywords in here. What we have here is broad match. So we're going to change this to phrase and exact match. So all 3 keywords are in phrase match and exact match. So that makes it 6 keywords. Oh, and for your bids, you can set your bids at the ad group level and the keyword level. I'm just going to keep it simple and set it at the ad group level. Okay, that's done, and we'll click New Ad Group to create the second ad group. For the second ad group, I'll call it Cutting Meal Plan, and it's basically a meal plan if you want to cut down your weight. So if we go back to the Keyword Planner and type in Cutting Meal Plan, get results, you can see here that Cutting Meal Plan has 1,600 monthly search volumes, a top of page bid at $2.11, and a low range of 52 cents. That keyword looks relevant, that one. bodybuilding diet plan for cutting looks relevant as well. Okay, so let's just choose these 3 keywords and copy that. The low range is 48 cents, so I'm just going to add 10 cents on top of that. So I'll go back here, change the default to 52 cents and then paste it in here. And then we'll change these keywords to phrase match and exact match. Okay, so we've got phrase match and exact match for all 3 keywords. And you can see here that in each ad group, you've got the main keyword theme and the keyword variation that has the same intent. And then we're done and click Save and Continue. When it comes to creating your ads, Google recommends creating 3 ads. I start with 2 expanded text ads and then just add more later on. It gives 2 of the ads to split test against each other. So I've already created some ad copy. However, I suggest you look at your competition and spend some time on crafting your ad copy. The key when you're creating an ad is to create an ad that is relevant to your landing page. So on our landing page, we've got a free meal plan, which means the ad itself should mention a free meal plan. For final URL, that's the landing page. And guys, this is just a mock landing page. I haven't created a meal plan for this, so don't enter your email. It's just for demonstration purposes. You've got 3 headlines here with a 30-character limit. Headline 1 is going to be the most important because that's going to give people the reason why they should read your ad. So for headline 1, I usually add some kind of hook with the main keyword. So for headline 1, it will be free high protein meal plan. So free is the hook and high protein meal plan is the main keyword. Headline 2 should also be the same, but it's a unique selling proposition, so the major benefit of why they should read the next line. I'll have easy, delicious protein recipes. For headline 3, it doesn't always appear on desktop devices, and I usually put the brand name of the website here. We'll enter Greg's name and just a title to give it some credibility. For your display path, you want to add some keywords and give people the context of what the landing page would be once they click on it. So I'll have high protein and meal plan. You've got 15-character limit for the display path. For description 1, I have easy and tasty high protein recipes for breakfast, lunch and dinner to build muscle. So that's a benefit, and it gives a description of what this meal plan would be about. And for description 2, it's also a benefit, but you want to add a call to action. So I have low calorie and tasty substitutes for naughty meals. Download free high protein meal plan. They all fall under the 90-character limit. Okay, so that looks good. If you go over here, you can see how the ad will look on the mobile device as well as desktop device. And you can also see the preview of the site link extensions that were created earlier here. Now I'm going to duplicate this ad and split test it by changing one variable. So I'll click on Done. Headline 1 is free high protein meal plan. I'll add in headline 2 and 3 again. So everything is copied over from your first ad, and I just want to test headline 1 to see which ad will perform best. Let's go ahead and change headline 1 to free high protein diet plan. And then we'll keep everything the same. So not much of a change, just a change in headline 1 to do some split testing. Okay, and then you click on Done and create next ad. Okay, so Google wants you to create a third ad, which is a responsive search ad. We're not going to create it, but I will go through and explain how a responsive search ad works. So with the responsive search ads, you can put in as many headlines as you want and then a few descriptions, and what Google will do is that it will test different variations of the headline and description and come up with the best combination for you. What I noticed about responsive search ads is they tend to show more than expanded text ads, and I kind of think that's a waste of money. So I always go with expanded text ads first and then add in responsive search ads later on. But what I'm going to do is just cancel out of that because I only want 2 ads. And then I'll just go down and click Save and Continue. And then for ad group 2, which is cutting meal plan, we're going to create the same ad here. So I'll pause this and then paste everything over so that you can see. What I've done is I've pasted everything the same, and the only thing I've changed is headline 1 because I want to put in the main keyword of cutting meal plan. And headline 1 becomes free cutting meal plan. Everything is still the same for headline 2, 3, as well as the description. And for the display path, let's put that free cutting meal plan. So that's ad 1 for ad group 2. Okay, and let's click done and create. Let's copy in the headline again. So headline 2, headline 3, keep the display path the same, and then I'll just put in the same description. And because this is the second ad for ad group 2, I'm just going to split test headline 1 and say free shredding meal plan. And in summary, what you've got here is ad group 1, which is high protein meal plan. There's 2 ads here. Then underneath here, which is ad group 2, cutting meal plan, you've got 2 ads. So everything is now done. Click save and continue. Okay, so this is where you enter in your payment details and set in your time zone. For the promo code, we'll go back to our email and paste in the promo code. I'll copy that and I'll paste it in here. And then I'll complete my details, enter in my credit card details. If you go here, there's options to add PayPal as well. So I'm just going to go in and enter in my credit card details and press submit. All right, we're done creating the campaign. So let's explore the campaign we just created. First, let's navigate the Google Ads interface. You've got 3 columns here, and in the dark gray column is all your campaigns. This icon here is the Google Search Network. Over here, you've got the campaign level and the ad groups. The campaign was meal plan, targeting the search network in the US and Canada. Underneath here is our 2 ad groups. So we've got an ad group for high protein meal and one for cutting meal plan. Now, if I click here, that brings me to the campaign level. Click on this arrow and it opens up the screen wider, and I will click on settings. This is the settings for the campaign level. You can see here that you can change the name of the campaign. The goal was leads. You can change it to sales later on if you wanted to. In locations, we're targeting Canada and United States. Language is English. And this is where you can change your budget. So we set the budget at $10. You can go over here and change it to $15 to get more clicks. If you find that you're not getting clicks, you can change the budget here. If you click on additional settings, this is where you can go in and change your conversion. For ad rotation, remember how we set it to rotate ads indefinitely? You go to the settings, and then after 2 weeks, you can click back to optimize preferred best performing ads. And that's where you can click save. We're not using dynamic search ads, but if you wanted to, you can go here and start entering your dynamic search ad settings. So that was the campaign level. Now we'll click onto ad groups over here. These are the ad groups within this particular campaign. As we explained previously, you can set your default max CPC bids at the ad group level or on the individual keyword level. So this is that ad group level. If you wanted to go to the keywords of a particular ad group, click on that ad group, then it will bring the keywords. And each keyword here is defaulted to the ad group's CPC. And this is where you can set your bids on an individual keyword level. The last part I want to talk about is negative keywords. Negative keywords is when you say to Google, I do not want any searches with this word to trigger my ads. If you don't add negative keywords, you will be spending money on low converting clicks and sometimes searches that are completely unrelated to your product or service. An example of this is we added the target keyword of high protein diet meal plan. We also add a negative keyword of download, which means that if someone searches for high protein diet meal plan download, your ads or our ads will not be triggered or shown to that particular user. To add negative keywords, you go back into the Google Ads interface, go to Tools and Settings, under Shared Library, click on Negative Keyword List, Click on this plus blue button, give it a name, and then you would add in, say, download as a negative keywords. Now, there's a few ways you would find negative keywords. One way is using a pre-existing list of popular negative keywords, which is widely available on the internet through a simple Google search. And here is a bunch of negative keywords that is available through this website. You can see that if someone types in cheap or Facebook and things like free, any keywords that has these particular keywords in it means that your ads won't show. In this example, I might want to leave out the word free because I'm offering a free meal plan. So it's up to you to go through the negative keywords and see which keywords are not related to your campaign. You don't want to just copy and paste a bunch of keywords that may block your ads from showing. So just go through and check which words is relevant to you. Some of the words that you may want to add as negative keywords is job or employment related words. If someone was typing your targeted keyword and it had the word employment in it, that means that your ads won't show. And this is really ideal for someone like a tech company. If they're trying to target people who wanted software, they would want to add jobs as a negative keyword. Let's just use this as an example and copy all that in. Go to our negative keywords, paste it, and then press save. Now we've got a negative keyword list. We'll go back into our campaign and we'll click at the campaign level. Make sure you're in the campaign level. Click on negative keywords and then click this plus button. Use negative keywords and you can see here that negative keyword list that we've just created has appeared. You click on that. That will add this negative keyword to this particular campaign and then press save. Another way to find negative keywords is to let your campaigns run for a few weeks, then analyze the keywords that have triggered your ads. So you can do this by going to keywords and search terms. This means that it's all the keywords that your ads has shown for. So even if you bid it on a phrase match of high protein diet meal plan, if someone searches for what is a high protein diet meal plan, it will appear and that will be shown in search terms. It's up to you to decide whether or not you want to include what as a negative keyword. If you decide that you want what to not appear at all and to have your ads not triggered, then you go to Tools, under Shared Library, click on Negative Keywords, and you want to click in that negative keyword list you just created. Press this button and add the word what, and then press save. Okay, that wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Question of the day: which keyword match type will you be using? Would it be phrase match, broad match, exact match? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get all the videos in this series. And until next time, see ya.